Hello everybody, welcome to a new Steel Division League cast. I forgot my intro, guys. I am Angry Birds. Wow, I think that's the first time I've forgotten my intro. Well, I have been pretty stressed before filming this video, so that's probably why. Welcome to a new Steel Division League cast. This is Steel Division Normandy 44, and today we have ScoutSpirit on the left-hand side, playing the 2nd Infantry, 2nd Infantry Indian Head. Oh, hopefully this cast goes well. And we have Theoman222 on the right-hand side, in red, playing the 21st Panzer Rommel's Zirkus. So income wise, the Indian heads, they do get quite a bit of income in C phase, so they'll be behind in A, it's even in B, and then ScoutSpirit will be ahead in C. So interesting that Theoman playing the 21st Panzer, you'd kind of, I guess it depends on what his strategy is, but obviously they get the King Tigers, so it's kind of strange for them to be, you know, behind in the late game. But we'll see how that affects things. Let's have a look at ScoutSpirit's deck. So he's playing the 2nd Infantry Indian Head. They do get the M4DDs in A phase, and they are pretty good in A phase. Obviously they get weaker. In terms of tanks, they get sort of weaker as time goes on. They get the M4A1 Rhinos, but there's no more, no extra penetration in those tanks. They do get the M10 tank destroyers in C phase, but I think it's down to the M5 guns to really try and counter any King Tigers. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, will Theoman have them early? Will that one M5 gun in A be enough? Because I think that'll be it in order to counter a King Tiger. I think once B and C phase comes around, ScoutSpirit has access to more M5 guns, but I think it'll still be fairly tricky to defeat those King Tigers. Let's have a look at Theoman222's deck. And there is no early Königstigr, so they are all in C phase. 3 King Tigers, all of them in C phase, which is interesting. Usually in Normandy we see an early King Tiger in A phase, and then probably the second card in C phase. So yeah, that one's an interesting choice there. It is going to allow, at least give a little bit of breathing room to ScoutSpirit in the early part of the game. And wow, he also has the B-phase Pack 43s, which is kind of a little bit overkill for this deck. He doesn't really need to. The most armored unit he needs to penetrate is that Rhino, I think, with 12, you know, points of armor. So his actual Panzer IVs can do that. So it's kind of a little bit overkill. I don't know whether, you know, 21st Panzer get any other cards, whether he could have dropped down to a Pack 40 and got some more of them. But yeah, interesting pick. Just the 2 fighters also in B phase, and that's going to be his air complement. So no airstrikes coming from Theoman222. I think he's going to rely on kind of holding the line early game and then pushing with the Königstigr in the late game. So let's head in and join the action. ScoutSpirit, who unfortunately I can't pronounce his in-game name, is on the left-hand side in blue, and he is playing the 2nd Infantry Indian Head. Looks like pretty standard across-the-board deployment. Theoman222, he is on the right-hand side in red, playing the 21st Panzer, and fairly small deployment from what it seems like. I guess the infantry is very expensive in the 21st Panzer because you have to bring it in the U304F transports, which costs an extra 10 points. You don't get a hell of a lot of infantry in the early game. So yeah, I mean, in terms of numbers of units, Theoman definitely has a lot less. We see an immediate Ranger mortar come down, trying to target the area that ScoutSpirit thinks Theoman will be at this stage. I think he's a little bit ahead of the game, really, but I guess he could challenge that SPW222 there. Also getting the Jeep 30 cal with the Scouts. I think it'll be the Scouts further on. So nice little placement there. Theoman really quite defensive early, and I think that's going to be a... I think that's how he's going to play this game until he can get the Konig's Tigers. Early shots by the M1 gun onto the Brumbar. But that Brumbar is able to fight back another shell, and that M1 gun could go down. Ooh, ScoutSpirit, good job there, choosing to smoke off the M1 gun. Very quick reactions up in the northern side. Another M1 gun does take down the SPW222 up in the north. Very tentative engagements early on between the two players. No real rush for victory, but ScoutSpirit does have a +1 right now, and I think it's kind of this territory down in the southern area that he's managed to capture. We do have a Ranger Marauder. I think that has 200-meter range on that bazooka. Theoman being careful to keep his half-track outside of that 200-meter range. Oh, it looks like ScoutSpirit has spotted the Panzergrenz hiding. Oh, Theoman does move them forwards though, and the rifles do start engaging. I think the Ranger Marauders actually spotted them initially. Up in the northern side, we do have the SDKZ 250/Z mortar half-track coming for Theoman. And this game, very much about the mortars right now, I think. A second one coming in for ScoutSpirit into the centre. He was, I think, trying to target the half-track, but the half-track has pushed forwards. He is covering the road at the moment. I don't know whether he will be able to make more ground up from there. Theoman's Panzergrenz on the southern side have been caught out in the open. That will be tough for him to deal with. SDK have said 250/9s. Coming up into the northern area, but there is an M1 gun here which could do a hell of a lot of damage. Surrender does go down into the infantry units down there, and Theoman is breaking through the back lines, and wow, he spotted the Ranger mortar in the back. Should take that down. There's no AT units back here. There is an M4DD that could challenge, and I think Scout needs to reallocate that unit, because all he's got other than that is the Ranger Marauders. So as long as this U304 kind of sticks to this kind of area, then Theoman will be okay. I think he's on a scouting mission right now. He's fast moving that further north. He's trying to get behind the units up north. I think that's where he's making most of his plays. Actually, bringing in the SDKZ 250/9s, they're going to decimate the Ranger support in there. He's got the supporting 250/7 that was targeting the M1 gun. And he is actually flanking northwards as well, but there is an M4DD on the way, so that half-track kind of needs to be a little bit careful not to run himself into trouble. But Theoman changing orders there, and look at the territory he's got on the back lines. It's actually giving him a +1 right now. He's been able to move the Panzergrenz up through the forest as well to help out. I'm surprised the Spar Troop aren't moving forwards as well. On this northern side, Theoman does have to be careful of the M4DD coming onto the field though. It could really hurt him right now. He does have some S307 packs coming in. They can certainly handle the M4s at range, so it is possible Theoman could handle that area and continue his push in the northern side. In the south, I think ScoutSpirit's realising Theoman's concentrating on the north, and he's trying to effect some kind of progress down south. But that M4DD is running mightily close to the Panzergrenz here. They do have the Panzerfaust, I believe, with the 150-meter range, and he is just about coming into range right now. Yes, those Panzergrenz are going to target. Tracks and wheels damaged. They're surely going to get the kill on the next shot. They're reloading right now, about to fire once again. Oh, they do miss, but pick up the surrender on that M4DD, and that's a big loss for ScoutSpirit. Early on, a big loss losing that M4DD. The northern one is holding off the advances of the SDK 250/9s. Theoman does push forward to try and pick up a surrender there, and he does so well, but he's put himself into trouble now. The M4DD is going to be able to pin him down, and he's going to be lucky to escape with that vehicle's life still intact. Looks like some Panzerschrecks coming down into the southern side. A little bit too late for the Sherman, but the Panzergren certainly did enough of a job. The Brumbar heading all the way forward, but doesn't have to worry about the rifles or the Ranger Assault. No AT weaponry on those infantry units, and look how far forward the recon units got, but it may well get spotted now by the Panzerschreck. The Jeep 30 cal pushing up, but will that Panzerschreck get a shot off? Don't think it will. It's actually on holding fire right now, so Theoman's got that thing holding fire until a juicier target presents itself. Theoman's still with a +1 for now, so although he is losing territory in this southern area, he's holding a lot with this one half track, and actually he's doing a good job of really trying to clear up this southern side. Look how close this recon vehicle's getting. Sorry, recon unit just crossing the road there, like almost 400, well, 300 meters from the Panzer 35, but was not spotted. Oh, the U-304 pack did get the kill on the Jeep 30 cal there, so Theoman is, you know, starting to clear up the units down here. The infantry no longer has any kind of support, so it's having to back away, and that's just going to help Theoman out and continue to give him the required territory. Ranger Marauders does get a shot off onto the U-304F, but there is a Ranger Assault, does finally find the Panzergren's hiding, and will this U-304 be surrounded? I think it will. I think that, oh, it does go down anyway to the T-30 HMC. The Central Ranger Assaults are discovered, but the M4DD is doing okay. It's taking fire from the S307 pack in the northern side, and at the moment, I don't think he's spotted that unit, so he's not replying. Oh, he's not in range. He's not in range of that unit. So the M4 fires at a range of 1,000 meters, whereas the S307 fires at a range of 1,200 meters. Scouts, Theoman just backing away that S307 and then engaging again at max range. Very good micro there. The U-304 down in the south is pushing forwards as well. ScoutSpirit a little late with that mortar shell there. Although, yeah, I suppose the mortars, they can take down the half tracks. It is an open-topped vehicle, so not necessarily a bad play there to try and attempt that. I think he realised that he spotted it again with the rifles and realised it had moved. So we do have probably an M1 gun coming down into the south. I think Scout needs to unload that, because otherwise it could come under fire from the U-304 before it is unloaded. Theoman still has the +1 and will get victory in 29 minutes time. He's doing very well right now. To say that he... Oh, that GMC is under fire. ScoutSpirit really needs to unload that unit. Really needs to unload that unit. Surely won't survive another shot. Oh, just unloads it in time, and that M5 gun actually should get the better of the U-304. One shot kill. Nice job. Nice job. But it is going to have to push forwards on foot now to try and take on, you know, the units Theoman has a little bit further back. The Ranger Assault, I think he's just making it out line of sight. No, he's caught, pinned down. Theoman might be able to get that surrender if he pushes forwards with the SPW222, but he did not. Chose instead to back away there, which I'm kind of a little bit surprised about. Oh, down goes the Ranger Marauders. I think Theoman was using these U304s to kind of bait the AT shots, which allows the SPW222 to stay a little bit further back and then engage the units once they'd fired. So again, very nice micro. Here comes the Ranger mortar support onto that Panzergran, really saving the life of the rifles there as they fall back. But they will be able to recover the area once more. So as I was saying earlier, Theoman's doing very well right now, I think, to push forwards. He does have the income advantage, or he has had an income advantage over ScoutSpirit, but he hasn't really had anything like majorly heavy on his side. The Ranger Assault, trying to stress out and take down the 250/9 with its flames, but Theoman's losing, ScoutSpirit's losing a lot of infantry in these forests to kind of the light vehicles that Theoman's bringing in. Hopefully this M4 in the center can start to help out as well. The one in the north is still alive, and you can tell it's been doing a great job because the amount of ammo he has left on that thing is not so much. I think it's the 50 cal that's depleted somewhat. Down goes one of the Panzers. Yeah, the Panzer 35S to the M4DD. Oh, it looks like we've got a Vielverschwerfer trying to hit those mortars, but not really getting on target there. Look how close this Ranger mortar is. Theoman, I think, will just continue to be happy with a +1 right now, and we'll just wait out until C phase, bring a Königsdagger onto the field, and he has a lot of light armor right now. He doesn't actually have much infantry. He just has a hell of a lot of light armored vehicles. You know, the SPW222s, the U304 half tracks, the SDKFZ 250/9. In comes another strike from the Vielverschwerfer. Don't think he's going to well, he may well get the kill if he continues this assault. Calls it a day at that point. 75 rockets still remain on that Vielverschwerfer. Like I was just saying before, I think these light vehicles are really key for Theoman. And if he keeps them alive, he does have the Beuter Sherman in now. If he can keep them alive until his Königsdaggers get here, then I think he's got enough to overwhelm ScoutSpirit. He doesn't have a hell of a lot of infantry in here. It's just mostly his vehicles keeping ScoutSpirit at bay. The thing about the Shermans is as well, the Beuter Shermans, they can really start challenging the M4DDs of ScoutSpirit, and it's a real difficult fight for ScoutSpirit to take on those Shermans, because the chances of penetrating are pretty equal on both sides. Whereas, you know, ScoutSpirit, all he has to rely on throughout the rest of this game really is the M4DD. So Theoman can take out a lot of them. He'll leave the path clear for his Königsdaggers when they come into the battlefield. I think Theoman's making some intelligent choices here though. We've got a P-38 Lightning coming into the northern side. Just take a strike at the S-307. Does not get the kill. There is no anti-air, I don't think, on the field yet. The Vielverschwerfer is striking down onto the M4DD here. Picks up a surrender onto one of the infantry units. And I think the half-track's pushing forwards. I think Theoman was trying to get a surrender onto that M4DD. And yeah, just pushed a little bit too far there. These M4DDs have survived the onslaught of fire coming onto them, and they're now able to hit the back lines because this Beuter Sherman's had to fall back. So yeah, getting shots onto the Wilfrischwerfer in the back, and Theoman's got to be very careful now. He could lose a pretty important unit there, but he does have the Panzer Grenadiers pushing through. And will they be able to get the Panzerfaust off in time? It looks like it. They are going to need to hop forward, I think, into the buildings. Theoman has not yet committed that Panzergren, but I think he can do that. Down goes another one of the light recon vehicles. Ooh, down goes one of the M4DDs to a shot from the S307 pack back there. Nice work with these S307 packs. Very nice work. There's a whole exchange of fire going on right now from several different places. I think Scout is being a little bit... He has got the Ranger assaults, I think, coming in now to cover this M4DD, but I think he's got a bit lucky there that Theoman didn't press forwards with those Panzergrens. Hopefully he'll unload. Ooh, no. Did not unload them, but ScoutSpirit will definitely, yeah, he knows that they're there now, and so he is retreating back that M4DD. That was definitely the right call. Theoman lost out big time there, I think, by not pushing forwards that Panzergren into the building and going for the kill onto the M4DD. Ranger support pushing up on the southern side. They are caught in the open by Theoman's Panzer Grenadiers. The Panzer 35S is pushing forwards, but there is an M1 gun here right now, an M5 gun, sorry, which is able to fire on the infantry and also onto that Panzer 35 if it does show itself. Oh, I think he knew that was there, so ScoutSpirit definitely knew that was there. And it looks like ScoutSpirit is pushing forwards for the surrender here. Could pick up... Oh, no, he's just reallocated his units once more. But he is making a lot of ground on this southern side. I think Theoman's missing a trick here. Back to a 0-0 right now. The M4DD pushing up in the north. Will that go down to a Panzergren? Oh, they just lose out to the rifles. And I think ScoutSpirit pulled that off the road at just the right time. Not sure what unit went down there. I think it was a Kubel from Theoman222. Theoman at the moment still concentrating on this centre ground, and I think is the right call. We have a Lorraine 115mm artillery piece in right now, and this thing is pretty deadly. Can only fire at pretty short range in this game, 1,600 meters, but the HE damage on this thing, 27, a really, really deadly artillery piece. If it's able to, you know, to sit behind or sit in a nice location and just continually harass, you know, enemy infantry, that can do a hell of a lot of damage. Looks like the Beuter Sherman from Theoman222 has pushed through and found the supplies at the back. That duck has to get out of there pretty sharpish. Does go down. And Theoman backing away. I'm kind of surprised. He has a second Beuter Sherman there. Why doesn't he take the engagement with the M4DD? I mean, we do have a command M4A1 coming up now. I don't know whether he saw that. But it seemed like he could go 2 against 1 in that engagement there. Maybe he was worried there were more AT guns back here, but I think, you know, he could have pushed that. Looks like Scout has managed to clear up the northern side though, and he's actually got himself a +1 right now. So he's got both the kind of north and the southern area of this map. Oh, look at the Rheinwerfer coming in with that mortar fire. Oh, deadly. Deadly strike. Nice job taking down that M5 gun, which was an absolute devastating piece of equipment down here for ScoutSpirit. It's been really hampering Theoman's attempts to gain back some kind of control in this southern area. He does have a Panzer 4H coming down here now, and with that unit going down, ScoutSpirit no longer has any AT down in this southern side. We do start to see more lightning attacks now, and that's really going to start to help ScoutSpirit out, but we're almost in C phase, and you've just got to worry about ScoutSpirit. You know, will he be able to cope once a Königstiger gets out onto this field? I think he's going to find it just incredibly difficult continuing to push back. Theoman is holding right now. It is a 0-0. He will gain victory once this game reaches the 40-minute mark and the time limit hits. So Theoman right now, he's done his job early on. You know, he's made enough ground, he's made enough points. He just has to hold on right now at a 0-0 for the rest of this game, and he will be able to achieve victory. I think a very solid game between these two players right now. Nothing kind of I think Theoman's been fantastic with his vehicle play, and ScoutSpirit struggled a little bit. I think he could have done with a bit more AT on his side, but I think also he hasn't been too aggressive with his M4s. But the problem is there are a lot of units that can still take out those M4s. The S307 pack has a big advantage over those M4s at being able to fire at that 1,200 meter distance. So I can understand why ScoutSpirit has been cautious. Down goes another half track in the northern side. Theoman does have the +1 now. You know, making background in the southern area has really helped him out. Another aircraft strike, another S307 pack survives. And I think ScoutSpirit has been a little bit unlucky with those lightning strikes not to kill more of these light recon and half-track vehicles. Another push forwards from the Beuter Sherman of Theoman222, and it looks like we're going to have a head-on Sherman battle right now. M4DD versus Beuter Sherman. Who's going to get the kill? Oh, I thought that was a kill there, but it's not. Spalling driver wounded, but it is the kill on the second shot, and ScoutSpirit wins out the M4 battle this time. More lightning strikes coming in onto the northern side, forcing back that northern Beuter Sherman. We've got a Panzer 35S into the southern area, but the M10 destroyer should be fine at dealing with that unit. I think Scout really does need to keep his Ranger leader alive. The M10 does take out the 35 Panzer 35 there, but the Panzergrens, oh, they pinned down that Ranger leader. I really think Theoman should hopefully keep that, you know, Ranger leader alive. Oh, we have a lot of Pioneers entering the forest now, and ScoutSpirit, I think, you know, Theoman's taken a long time to get into this forest, so there's been no real reinforcement in here. And yeah, down goes one of the mortar units. I think another one's going to go down now. Yes, down goes the second mortar, and Theoman's making a big breakthrough down here in the central and southern areas. SBW222 through the back lines. I mean, it won't be able to survive back there. There's a number of M4DDs, and the M10 tank destroyer quickly takes it out, but there's 3 Pioneers advancing through the forest. Theoman's got a +1 once again and will gain victory in 14 minutes time. I think Scout has cleared up a lot of these vehicles. There are still a number around, but a lot of them have gone down, and a number of Shermans have gone down as well. Panzer 4H advancing in the south. Oh, they finally spot the recon down there, I think it was the Aufklärer, down on the southern side and finally spot the recon. Look how far forward ScoutSpirit's been able to get his rifles. Unfortunately, he's just behind enemy lines right now. Infantry going down in the center as well. This center is very weak from Theoman. I have the feeling he may well be saving up his points right now. Yes, Königstigr in the northern side, and that's not surprising. Coming into the center area, that's exactly where you want it, and it's really going to help him out in here, because how is ScoutSpirit going to get through that Königstigr? He is certainly clearing up a lot of units. These pioneers in this central area, I think, is really saving Theoman right now, because it, you know, otherwise, if the territory had have been down here, I think ScoutSpirit may well have the +1. SBW232 is trying to make its way through. I think he's fought better of it, and he's trying to retreat once again. Oh, one of the pioneers has been caught by the recon and the Jeep 30 cal. We have a Panzer IV-H down here in the south. This could be a real important engagement between the M10 tank destroyer and the Panzer IV-H. That M10 is taking a mighty slow time to turn his turret. Okay, this is a big engagement. Down goes the SBW. Ooh, but down goes the M10 to a shot from the Panzer IV-H. The Lightning, unfortunately, not there in time. And the leader's going to go down as well. This southern side, oof. If that Panzer IV-H would have gone down, this could have been a very different story right now. I think that was a major kill for Theoman. I mean, look at the center area. It's been completely wiped out, although big kill from the Königstigr down onto another M10 tank destroyer. Just ScoutSpirit, how is he going to get by that Königstigr at the moment? I think he's trying to bypass it in the northern side. We're still at a 0-0. Theoman222 has the 1,000 points right now. It's going to be hard for ScoutSpirit to pull back, but he is making advances in the very north. It's just about whether Theoman222 can hold on to the ground right now, and whether ScoutSpirit can push back. Panzer IV-H engaging the M4A1 Rhino. The Rhino will have a much better chance this time than the M10 tank destroyer, but is still vulnerable. This is an important engagement right now. Will that Panzer IV-H win it out for Theoman once again? Misses its third shot. The Rhino also missing. This is big. Who will get the kill? Ooh, tracks and wheels destroyed. I think that's enough. That's enough. I think that Rhino just turned its side armor, allowing the Panzer IV-H to get an easier penetrating hit. Does get the kill, and that Panzer IV-H, I genuinely think, for Theoman222 has saved this game down on the southern side, because had that M10 have destroyed that Panzer IV-H, you know, the territory could be so much different right now. The U304 pushing forwards. Oh, and there goes the surrender. ScoutSpirit calls it in, and 29 minutes, 20 seconds. Congratulations to Theoman222. Gets the victory against ScoutSpirit. 1,063 points to 146. 2,000 kills to 2,100 losses. So actually traded, you know, under traded. ScoutSpirit traded better, but just could not hold that ground. Wow, great game, great game. I think that game was a fantastic game, definitely. Trying to get my words out. Let's have a look at the kills for Theoman222. So SDKSZ 250/9 picks up the M1 gun kill. I think that was on the northern or northern central area. Also picks up rifles and a Ranger assault kill. The Panzergram with the Panzerfaust onto the M4DD. That is a very nice kill. SBW222 here picks up the 2 Ranger Marauder kills and the Ranger Mortar 60mm kills. And yeah, like I said earlier, Theoman was just pushing forwards with those U304 half tracks, revealing the Ranger Marauders when they took a shot, and then the SPW222 was just right there with its autocannon, just mowing down those Ranger Marauders. The S307 did a fantastic job taking out those M4DDs because, you know, they can be a hit and miss vehicle at times. You have to play around that range advantage that the S307 pack has, and Theoman, you know, managed to do that and did get that kill onto the M4DD. The Boyter Sherman as well, kind of, you know, doing attacking forwards and then retreating, and attacking forwards and retreating, trying to find weaknesses in ScoutSpirit's defense. Did manage to take out that duck supply vehicle and the M3 Scout, which I think was providing the anti-air, possibly. That was not 100%. The Rheinwerfer did take down that M5 gun. I think that was an important kill on the. I think that was on the southern side. That was an important kill because that M5 gun was really helping Scout out on that southern side. So big kill from Theoman down there. And then this Panzer IV-H. I think this is the star of the show of this game. I mean, takes out the M10 tank destroyer, which was a real important engagement. I think if that M10 tank destroyer would have taken the Panzer IV-H down, he would have been king of that southern side for a long while, and ScoutSpirit would have been able to recover a lot of ground there. He'd taken out a lot of units in the centre, and that could have really pushed him on. But it wasn't to be. The Panzer IV-H did a fantastic job, and then not only that, but takes out the M4A1 Rhino coming in behind it. Beautiful job from that Panzer IV-H. Beautiful job. Let's have a look at the kills for ScoutSpirit. The M4DDs clearly doing a great job at clearing up a lot of the vehicles. I mean, a number of half-track kills. Actually getting the better of the Boyter Sherman in 2 different engagements. And those M4DDs, I think, were kind of key early on. ScoutSpirit, I think, was careful with them and used them well in most occasions. He did lose one to a Panzerfaust. But I think another one down here takes down the Boyter Sherman. So Theoman definitely didn't trade those Shermans well with those against his opposite number. M10 tank destroyer here, you know, taking down the Brumbar, the S307 pack, flat gun, number of half tracks as well. ScoutSpirit really did well with his vehicles. He just didn't seem to be able to hold the territory. I mean, he traded very well. It's just he just didn't seem to be able to hold the territory. I think Theoman's income advantage really helped him out, and that was why he was able to bring out, you know, more vehicles early. And although he lost them all, you know, he was able to get the territory in time. And then we saw that Königsegg come in right at the end. I think that would have Scout perhaps would have taken a while to get that, you know, kill that unit. But other than that Königsegg right at the end, there was barely anything in the centre. I just think ScoutSpirit would kind of ran out of time almost to pull the game back. So yeah, fantastic finish. Really enjoyed that, and hopefully you guys have as well. I'm sure there'll be more Steel Division Normandy 44 coming on the way. I have seen your comments. Lots of people like this coverage, so yeah, I definitely aim to do some more Steel Division Normandy 44 games. As long as there is a competitive tournament going on for Steel Division Normandy 44, I will try and cover it. I definitely, obviously, won't be able to give it as much coverage as Steel Division 2, but I will try and cover games of Steel Division Normandy 44 because it is just a fantastic game. I really, really did love it, and it's great to see it still being played right now. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave me any comments you want to leave. I do read them. Don't always get the chance to respond because, you know, I am very busy trying to put out as much content as possible. But yeah, I do read all the comments. Whether I respond or not, I still read them and take them on board. And yeah, if you want to head into the description, you know, click on any of the links in there, Discord, Twitch, Patreon, that kind of thing. That'd be fantastic. Your support is really helpful to me, and just your comments, whether you're enjoying the cast or not, is really helpful just to guide me in where I'm aiming future content. That's it from me today. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I am Angry Birds. I remembered who I was this time. I am Angry Birds. I will see you next time.